What the duck is up, everyone? Thank you for joining us for another episode of Duck Takes. As always, with me, my co-host Garrett.
Hey, everybody.
And as you may be able to tell from the sign in the background that I got from Spirit Halloween recently, we're actually going to be reviewing 1988's Beetlejuice in honor of Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice 2, coming out very soon.
Really calling them out right now.
Oh, shit. I just said it 3 times.
You said it way too many times.
Oh, wow. Shit. And yeah, I would keep this on, but it's very distracting.
A wee bit.
I don't know if you'd want to look at that for an hour.
just a wee bit.
And also got the handbook for the recently deceased. Remember the movie? He's like, recently diseased.
Deceased. Kind of sounded like you said diseased at first.
I know they're very close together. But yes, Beetlejuice is the name of the game today. Honestly, really excited to just go back and talk about this movie because it was a childhood classic for us.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up watching that movie a lot. I remember getting introduced to that movie at a very young age, watching it for the first time in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that. You were young.
No?
We were in Michigan when we watched it for the first time at our grandparents' house. And our aunt kept interrupting the movie, like coming into the room behind us and kept saying, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Don't remember this at all.
Yeah. Aunt Nancy, just thought it would be funny just to fuck with us and kept saying Beetlejuice.
God, she's so much like our mother. It's terrifying.
And I believed it too. I was like, you better not be saying this fucking name 3 times. But yeah, we're going to talk about Beetlejuice. But as always, before that, we're going to give our ugly duckling of the week. So Garrett, what is this week's ugly duckling for you?
My ugly duckling is The Island.
What?
2005 film. You never heard of this movie?
You keep naming these movies that I've never heard between Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, right?
Yeah. Okay, so
actually, I've heard of that. I was just like, I've never seen it, but
bro, okay, so this one, I think this one slept on. Granted, it has been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember enjoying this movie a lot and just like, I really love the concept of it.
The Island?
The Island. Do you want me to spoil it for you? Because it does have like a big reveal.
Don't spoil it, but when did it come out?
05.
05, okay.
It's
genre?
It's science fiction.
Like thriller?
Like a thriller science fiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any stars in it? What
Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Don't spoil it.
I didn't even know it was Ewan McGregor.
At the time,
At the time, yeah.
All right, don't spoil it, 'cause I'm intrigued.
So it has a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
And its budget was 126 million and box office of 161 million. So definitely a flop of a movie. But I remember enjoying it a lot. I thought the reveal was great of what was actually going on. And like I said, I can't really talk about it if you don't want me to spoil it.
Yeah,
but
don't spoil it.
It is like, I do like the reveal of this movie a lot.
Okay.
Oh, Michael Clark Duncan is in it as well.
Oh,
I remember him being in it.
Okay.
God, I'm going through the cast list now. I'm like, damn. Ewan McGregor, Scarlett Johansson, Sean Bean, Michael Clark Duncan, and Steve Buscemi.
Wow.
What is your ugly duckling?
Ugly duckling. I don't know if it's cheating because I just made my way through the Alien franchise, so I'm just going to use one of those.
Oh my God.
Now, I think Alien Covenant would be sort of like cheating because as it has been getting a lot of love now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't met with the best of reception when it first came out. But in terms of like ugly duckling, maybe I go Alien 3. And I was just talking to you about that movie and how like that one definitely did not and still does not have like the best critical reception. And while it doesn't rank the highest in my Alien franchise ranking, I did find myself enjoying it more than Aliens, at least find myself more intrigued by it because in my eyes, I see Alien 3 as like the Halloween 6, the Curse of Michael Myers of the Halloween franchise. That's what Halloween 3 is to me in the Alien franchise. It brought this like darker, gritty tone to the movie with the setting and with like just the music as well. It had like a metal rock feel to it, which Halloween 6 did as well. And yeah, I appreciated that they had to get creative in how they were going to stop and kill this alien because they were trapped on a prison planet that had no weapons at their prison. So yeah, it was definitely different than what we are used to seeing in the Aliens movie, which is just full of just like shooting the shit out of these aliens. But yeah, they had to get creative with it, which I appreciated. I enjoyed the characters, and I enjoyed, Ellen Ripley's character in Alien 3 more than Aliens, in my opinion. So,
all right.
In spirit of the recent Alien resurgence from Alien Romulus, and everyone's been doing their franchise rankings, so I'll do that.
A little bit of cheating, but okay.
A little bit. All right. Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
Ah, shit. That was 3 times again.
You said it twice. I said it once. Doesn't count.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
I know.
A single person has to say it 3 times. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
This is basic. Beetlejuice rules.
All right, 1988, director Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Catherine O'Hara, and Winona Ryder. That's a stacked cast right there.
Yeah, it is.
But it wasn't always going to be that way either, because Tim Burton's original choice for Beetlejuice was actually Sammy Davis Jr.
Dang, really?
Yeah.
That is quite the difference.
Quite the difference, yeah. And yeah, several actresses auditioned for the role of Lydia Deetz as well, who Winona Ryder played. Including Sarah Jessica Parker, Brooke Shields, Lori Loughlin, who's in Full House.
Yeah.
Diane Lane, Justine Bateman, Molly Ringwald.
Jesus.
Which is that was a popular name in the 80s. So that could have brought a lot of attention to that movie as well, some more money. So that's kind of shocking that they may have not have gone with her. Juliette Lewis and Jennifer Connelly as well.
Dang.
But it says Melissa Milano was the runner-up. Ends up going to Winona Ryder. Catherine O'Hara, it's funny. Like, I've never been a Catherine O'Hara stan, but the more I look at like her catalog, the more I'm like, wow, a lot of these films were a part of my childhood. I know Home Alone wasn't the biggest part of our childhood.
Yeah, no, not for us. But not for us. You've gotten into them recently.
Yeah,
in
like that's
years.
a childhood movie. She's Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The mom here in Beetlejuice. I mean, between
Stepmom.
You're right. That mother is not my woman.
What?
That woman is not my mother.
God.
Jesus, can't talk.
Turn your freaking brain on.
Dude, once these lights and cameras are on, my brain fucking shuts off. I really do like her in these Tim Burton movies. I mean, like, off the top of your head, what just comes to your mind when you think of Beetlejuice?
Obvious answer is going to be Michael Keaton.
I mean, like, the movie as a whole. Like, where does it bring you?
Where does it bring me? It definitely brings me to childhood.
Yeah.
Because, as you said, we rewatched this movie countless times when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I don't know, it was just kind of like the perfect balance, because it was like, it was like spooky, but not too spooky. It gives you Halloween vibes.
Right.
And while it is a PG movie, it doesn't feel like you're watching a complete kids movie, because
not at all.
The rating system was whack back in the days. Mm-hmm. Michael Keaton got away with a lot more than he would today in a PG film. I mean, Jesus, he says the F word at one point.
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, I don't know. It was just like a nice balance. I feel like some of my favorite movies that I would watch when I was a kid was like kids movies that are older.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's funny you say that too, because I was just rewatching this the other day. And I'm like, man, I watched this a lot as a kid, but a lot went over my head because, I mean, they talk about death a lot.
Yeah.
Like death, suicide.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Upon rewatching it, I was, when Winona Ryder was in her room writing her freaking note, I was like, what?
Yeah. No, but I also really love the setting of this movie. So, a newly dead New England couple seek help from a deranged demon exorcist to save an affluent New York family out of their home. And it seems like a lot of those great spooky movies, especially spooky movies that are, I guess you could say for kids, not so much. But either way, the New England setting is always something that I always find almost like comforting in a spooky movie. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a Stephen King thing, a Tim Burton thing, or it's maybe
small town on the water.
Small town, not even on the water, bro.
I mean, they're by the water though. I feel like I don't know. I even though we never see like an ocean, I definitely got the vibe that there was like they were like a fishing town.
Well, it takes place in Connecticut.
Okay.
But it was the exterior scenes were filmed in Vermont. So it's still the New England area, Northeast area. I don't know. There's just something comforting about like that small town, Northeast New England vibe.
Cold
in a spooky movie.
winters.
Yeah, I think that being that we are from Florida and we just never get that, it almost offers like just a season that we can live through vicariously.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we don't get seasons here.
Nope.
It's just either hot or cold.
Basically.
And no
middle
colors
ground.
Either. Yeah, no middle ground. It's not colorful here.
No, it's immediately from green to brown and dead.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just always love when there's a small town New England vibe to a movie.
All right.
But yeah, man, it's once you go back and rewatch this as an adult too, it's definitely dark.
It's dark.
Like, it's a colorful movie.
Yeah.
It's a very colorful movie, but thematically wise, it is dark.
Yeah. No, it is a super colorful movie. Like, we especially see this when they go to the underworld office, if you want to call it. Yeah, afterlife. Yeah. No, that part was, I've always loved that part where they're walking and they're going door to door. And they find the room of lost souls.
Yes.
And wait, what was that was death for ghosts is how he described it, right?
Yeah.
Because what did I don't know? Did he say
he
they did
said
anything?
It was like death for the death.
Yeah, death for the dead. Yeah,
yeah.
And yeah, every single person in there has like their individual way of they die. I love that they showed how each person died. Like, it wasn't just a bunch of random people like it's like, here's you in the afterlife. It's like, no, you're gonna look like you did when you died. And the only reason our two main ghosts look normal is because they drowned.
Well, it's kind of like a plot armor too for that, because if they did die drowning, then shouldn't they be like constantly wet
or something?
Or like blue?
Yeah. I know, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a plot armor, just so that for our main character's sake.
Yeah.
But no, I do love that we get to see how every character in that afterlife died, because it also allowed like the makeup team to get very creative, and which, I mean, they won an Oscar for best makeup. Which,
yeah, I mean, obviously,
yeah, I mean,
you can see
fantastic.
why.
And I especially love like the little subtle detail of their afterlife agent.
Yeah,
you know, she's a smoker and she had a slit on her throat.
Yeah.
That's like, I guess she got murdered.
Yeah.
And every time she would take a puff of her cigarette, smoke would come out of the hole in her throat.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just like such a little unique detail. And then the football team.
The football team's great.
Oh my God. Coach, I don't think we made it. Really? What else is there? I mean, especially
the flat guy that gets tossed around everywhere. He was funny. He had like a few seconds of screen time, but he was hilarious.
Yeah, just that waiting room in general.
Yeah, no, the waiting room is where we see most of it.
I mean, and the lady, the receptionist at the window, who was still wearing like a prom thing, and she showed her wrist to him. Like, this movie is dark, bro.
Yeah. And no, and I noticed that too. I was like, oh, damn. I saw the slices on her wrist. I was like, damn, she killed herself.
The themes in here are actually heavy.
I know. But they just do it in such a jokey way that you're not really thinking about it.
Not even.
Because like, if you're a kid, that's going to go right over your head. Right. But if you're an adult and you're sitting there, it's like, damn. And, but I do love that, what was his name? Omar? Otho.
Otho, yeah.
Because Otho makes a joke later. He was like, you know what they say happens to people who kill themselves? They become like desk clerks or something like that. He made a joke about it, and I was like, oh shit, there's that girl who killed herself, and she's working as the a
little callback there.
Yeah. So I did like that they threw that line in there.
Mm-hmm. You know, another thing too that I noticed going back and watching this movie is just like Gina Davis is so beautiful. But almost in like a unconventional way. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like she was definitely in a decent amount of movies that we watched growing up, between this and A League of Their Own. Remember that movie with Tom Hanks, the baseball movie?
Yeah.
Of the female league? I feel like it's the roles. She's not in your like typical, like stereotypical hot woman role in Hollywood.
Like she's supposed to be.
Like, where she's not flaunting herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's gorgeous.
No, she is really pretty. Right? She was really pretty. I did notice that. I was like, I was looking at her, I was like, damn, where you been?
Yeah.
like, why haven't I seen you in more shit?
Yeah, no, she's not like your conventional, stereotypical Hollywood actress, like flaunting her body and her roles, but like she's gorgeous. And Winona Ryder was the perfect casting as well for that.
Oh yeah,
for Lydia Deetz. Alec Baldwin, like I thought he was fine, but I mean,
like anybody could have played that role, kind of.
Yeah. Like he's not my favorite.
I don't think I really don't think he added like anything particular to the role. It was almost like he was just kind of going through the motions.
If there is maybe like a downside of Beetlejuice, I would say the relationship between our main characters, I don't think is the greatest, but also, I don't know. I don't think that's really.
It's not what the movie didn't really call for it. It's not the main focus.
It doesn't call for like a romantic relationship.
And honestly, you could argue that was the better way to go because it's not a love story of them falling in love or anything like that. Yeah. It's like they're an established married couple. They've been together for years. So, like that whole romance shit, people don't do that in their later years of marriage. Yeah. They're just kind of, they're just going with they're kind of just like best friends. They're just going through life together.
But man, one of the best castings ever. Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Needless to say. And the strange way that he came about on this role as well. But yeah, he discussed it on like 3 separate occasions with Tim Burton. And he couldn't really understand what he was going for. Like that was why he didn't take it at first, is because he kept trying to describe it to him. And it's like, how do you describe Beetlejuice to somebody?
Well, because I read that other variations of the script, Beetlejuice was supposed to be a Middle Eastern guy who was not looking for marriage from Lydia, but sex from Lydia. I'm like, damn,
I'm glad they changed that shit.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if that would have gone over well.
Yeah, because she was young too.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because honestly, what was his motivation? Did he just want to get married, or like, he got married, like his curse was broken?
Yes, if he got married, then he could stay in the real world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, fantastic casting choice. And honestly, again, the more I've thought about Michael Keaton as an actor, the more I'm like, I think he's one of my favorite actors of all time. Again, with what we've kind of discussed about Kurt Russell, where it's like, you don't really think about it when we're young, but then you grow up and you watch all these other movies, all these other actors, and you kind of get a sense of like who your favorite of actors of all time become
and how much of an impact they've had on movies throughout the years.
Right. And I'm like, Michael Keaton is kind of up there for me.
He is.
Because I think one thing that maybe people don't really realize about him these days as much as opposed to back then is how amazing his comedic timing is, how amazing his comedy is in general.
His physical comedy, especially in this one.
Comedy.
He's very expressive.
Yeah.
When he talks.
But even in little roles like The Other Guys.
I was just thinking The Other Guys. Dude, I was just thinking of that.
He's so good in it.
Yeah.
There's just something about his delivery, man.
His TLC references.
No one says creep creep without quoting TLC.
Come on. It's not funny anymore.
Is that a TLC quote? No. Really? I don't know what you're talking about. No, he's fantastic. But yeah, then he'll give you movies like The Founder.
Yeah.
Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
And he could also be intimidating. I know he's Batman.
Homecoming.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's more intimidating as Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming than Batman.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Honestly, I think sometimes
because you can see his face.
Well, the face and the goofy suit,
the mask.
It's the mask. Like,
right? No,
don't get me wrong. I love that suit.
Well, it's because
it's a little hard to take someone seriously when they're going. Like,
you can't show as much expression.
Yeah.
In that,
don't get me wrong. Vulture was intimidating, but I thought he had his most intimidating scene when he was not even in the suit.
Oh, no, yeah.
When he was in the car.
Yeah,
that's what I go to immediately 100%. When I think of that.
Yeah. So he really gives you like a great range of emotions.
Yeah, he does. No, he is definitely not a one-trick pony by any means.
Yeah, man. And it's cool watching interviews of Michael Keaton talking about Beetlejuice because, I was watching a GQ interview of him breaking down his most iconic roles. And even he was like, gun to his head, if he had to say his favorite role, he said it would be Beetlejuice.
Yeah. I did see that. Mm-hmm. That he said this was his favorite role.
And it's kind of even crazier to think that when you realize you don't even see his face fully in Beetlejuice until halfway through the movie. Like literally 45 minutes in is when we finally get Beetlejuice. Mm-hmm. We get little sneak previews here and there.
Yeah. No, you know how much total screen time he has in this movie?
How much?
17 minutes.
Really?
17 minutes.
And the movie's called Beetlejuice.
And it's called Beetlejuice.
I wonder if that pissed people off when it came out.
I mean, I could see why, especially like when trailers and stuff are advertising, somebody is going to be the main character and you're pushing it's Michael Keaton. Mm-hmm. And then he only has 17 minutes of screen time. I don't know if that pissed people off, but at the same time, he makes such an impact in his short time that people literally forget that he only has 17 minutes of screen time. Dude, I told my girlfriend, I was like, I'm pretty sure he only has 15 minutes of screen time in this movie. She's like, no way.
Yeah.
No way. I look it up, 2 more minutes. I was off by 2 minutes. 17 minutes is his total screen time.
No, yeah, he brings such an impact to the film that you kind of have this subconsciousness going on where you're just like appreciating his time on screen.
Yeah.
Because it's just so fantastic.
But I feel like people may not be mad about the title of this being Beetlejuice simply because of the fact that so much is spoken about him.
Right.
Even when he's not there.
Yeah.
Because he's he's even just
when he's not there, he's a presence.
Yeah. He's like this scary presence that people are trying to avoid. Like, even though, you could, like, if you're saying Emperor Palpatine, like he's one of the most important things about Star Wars, but he doesn't have necessarily a lot of screen time either.
You don't see him in person until Return of the Jedi.
Exactly.
You see the hologram of him in the 5th one.
But he does have like this overbearing presence on the entire Star Wars franchise and the original franchise. So
yeah, you're right.
I think just simply the fact that he's talked about so much, people wouldn't really think twice about this movie being named Beetlejuice because the whole thing was like not wanting him to, get what he wants.
Yeah, and honestly, it ended up working out for the best, obviously, with the name of Beetlejuice. Like, that name has just become so iconic.
Yeah.
But I was reading about other names that they were thinking about calling it as well.
I looked at some of those.
Well, it was like Ghost Houses, something like that.
Yeah, Ghost House was one. The studio originally wanted to call the film House Ghosts. As a joke, Tim Burton suggested the name Scared Sheetless and was horrified when the studio actually considered using it. Oh my God. I could see Tim Burton's face just dropping when they're like, oh yeah, like that's good.
Oh man. What's funny too is I feel like that happens in so many situations just in life where you jokingly say something, but someone's like, oh, actually.
It's like, actually, no, shut up.
But no, Beetlejuice was the right move, especially with how iconic that name has just become.
Yeah.
As a character in general. And part of that is definitely because of Michael Keaton.
Yeah. And that's mainly what you remember about the movie is him. I mean, Jesus, from the acting down to the wardrobe and the makeup, like, it's just such such an on-screen presence.
Yeah, and that was a process within itself. They, like he said, they were just trying to figure out this character literally up until principal photography started, just trying to figure out what this character was. And him and Tim Burton were talking about, well, it's a character that, may go from place to place or be stuck in one place for hundreds of years, like underground. And he's like, underground? Okay, well, why don't you give me mold on my face?
Yeah. And he said he wanted his hair to look like he just stuck his finger in an electrical socket.
And he's got the energy like he just stuck his finger in an electrical socket as well. The whole movie.
Yeah. No, like, it was interesting too, because so once he talked to Tim Burton and he kind of had an idea, and he had his idea of like where he was going to go with it. That's when he started working with the makeup department. He wasn't talking to Tim Burton at all about where this was going. So he was just kind of like doing what he thought this character would look like. And he was like, I'm going to show this to him. He's either going to say like, all right, like we're getting somewhere. Like this is like, or like, this is good, or just completely off the mark. And clearly he was close enough because, I'm sure Tim Burton might've done a tweak or two here and there, but like, Michael Keaton's idea of what Beetlejuice should look like ended up being what was on the screen.
What's your favorite Beetlejuice line? Because if you think about it, there's really not much to choose from, but all of them are so great.
They're so funny.
I don't know. Honestly, one of my favorite parts, though, is that little subtle thing we were talking about earlier where he's like, well, what I mean is, are you scary enough? And he's like, am I scary enough? He like turns around and
it wasn't even a line. Like, it was just some little gesture. That shit was funny. And even right before that, where he's like, "What are your qualifications?" Well, I graduated from
Juilliard. I lifted Black Plague,
and I had a pretty good time during that. I've seen The Exorcist 167 times, and it keeps getting funnier every time I see it. So, I think I'm qualified.
He's so fucking funny. He's a little sexual pervert too.
Yes, he is, dude. Oh my god, yeah. He met Barbara and was immediately all up on her.
Yeah.
He's like, tell me, buddy, what do you think my chances are? Like, how serious is this relationship?
I wonder if they're gonna tone that part down and Beetlejuice with the return of the character. I think. Well, yeah. I mean, because
dude, that's not gonna be. I love how unapologetically creepy he was, though. That's literally his character. So it's so like, I feel like it kills me when we can get stuff like that back in the day, and then they have to tone it down for modern times.
But will it be that important to have that part of his character in this new story?
Maybe not. Like, honestly, as long as he brings the energy and everything, like, I don't mind it. But I mean, he is an offensive person. Like, his whole point is to be an offensive, obnoxious jerk.
What's the favorite line though? We got to get back to that favorite Beetlejuice line.
I'm the ghost with the most, babe. That's another good one. Go ahead, make my millennium. I'm feeling a little anxious, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's good.
It's been about 600 years after all. I wonder where a guy and everyday Joe like myself can find a little action.
I didn't put that there.
It's showtime.
That's a classic one. I think that's
the most iconic.
That's the most iconic one.
Yeah,
because at one point, Summer was telling me whenever you would watch a movie on HBO or something, like before the movie started, they would go through like a catalog of Warner Brother movies and iconic lines. And the last one is "It's showtime." Yeah, man. Like every line is just iconic that he delivers, man.
I like when he turned into the carnival and he was like, "Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle." Or wasn't he saying
Step
that?
Right up.
That was it. That was it. Step right up.
But another thing too, with him turning into all these different things, like the whole practical effects and the makeup, it was just all fantastic and looked so fucking weird.
Yeah.
But it fit so well for this movie.
And I loved how the whole house was like changing shape towards the end of the movie as well. Like when the fireplace turned into that weird angle, like that's an iconic look there.
That's just like Tim Burton and his, and his love for like German expressionism within his movies that you see in all of his movies, something that was popularized in 1920 German films like Megalopolis and the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, with the non-symmetrical angles, lines, like crooked lines, buildings that were crooked and everything, like unrealistic look essentially.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just need that in a movie.
It looks cool.
It does. It looks really great. And add that with some fantastic lighting that we had.
And the combination of people and claymation that he was doing in this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Claymation, man. Yeah, no. And he even said himself, like, he wanted to make a style similar to the B movies that he watched growing up. Like, it was the intent to have the effects
not be super realistic.
Yeah, look cheap in a way. But honestly, they look even, like, they do look good.
They look good. It's like they have a certain
flair to it.
Like, I know what you mean.
Right. Like it's it's unique.
Because it is a unique style. It stands out. And you see, and we're going to see that in Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Because I saw, like, you see the clips of the special effects. Yeah. It's claymation. It's the same exact style as the first one. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's exactly what I wanted out of this.
It just brings that certain flair to this spooky movie that we want. Production design all around was just amazing. And I've always had like this weird infatuation with models, like my model towns, every time I go to Epcot, I always have to walk through the little model town next to Germany with the train tracks and trains and everything. And I don't know, because like I just always imagine just like shrinking down and going to place to place in this model. Is this
going to be a hobby for you eventually?
I don't think so. I don't think I have the patience or the talent to build it, but like every time I walk by a model,
it's really cool.
It is really cool. So I thought it was really cool that that's what was in the attic for the Maylands, and then that's where Beetlejuice
lived.
Was. Yeah. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And, we've talked about a lot of iconic things of this movie, not to even mention the music.
Oh, yeah.
Danny Elfman always delivering
for his boy Tim Burton.
Yeah, man. So I think it's very safe to say Danny Elfman has definitely been a household favorite of ours since our childhood.
Even if we didn't know it at the time.
No, we definitely didn't know it at the time, but no, it's very true. I'll be excited to see, what new variations we get in Beetlejuice while still giving us the original tone of the original score.
Because I think they're going to capture it well between keeping the original cast.
Yeah.
It's Tim Burton again.
Yeah.
And like we said, the special effects is still the claymation style and everything. So I'm really looking forward to the sequel. I think everybody that was involved in the original really holds it in high esteem and they want to, deliver another great performance. And I feel like they wouldn't do this sequel unless they knew it was going to uphold to the original.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the people that worked on the original hold Beetlejuice close to their heart.
They do. Yeah, I mean, just like most of America, bro.
Yeah. And I think the music will be great as well, because one thing about the newest Halloween trilogy that we got from David Gordon Green, even though it didn't finish the best, like maybe they weren't the best movies. I don't like Halloween Ends. We all know that.
Yeah.
But one thing that I will always praise about the new trilogy is the music, the score in these new Halloween movies, because they captured creative way of like holding on to that John Carpenter score from the originals while giving us new variations of it that I just thought were so badass, especially when it came to Michael Myers, like the siren theme that they have going on when he hunts Allison, piano version of the Halloween score, the different variation that they have in the 2018 Halloween when Michael is stuck in the basement and we think like he's getting burned alive. Just like that. The score in general was just fucking amazing for Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. And so, yeah, I have no doubt that I think Danny Elfman will definitely deliver once again for this.
I feel like even if they weren't to get Danny Elfman to do the score again for this, I feel like it is easier to hire somebody that can take the original score and just kind of like put their own spin on it. You know what I mean?
Maybe, because I do know John Carpenter was involved to some extent for the 2018 Halloween score.
But like even when we have certain Star Wars films where we couldn't get John Williams, but like it's still
Michael Giacchino in Rogue One.
Yeah, it still holds up great.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that's the only one that doesn't have John Williams.
You might be right. I was thinking thinking specifically of Rogue One.
Yeah, no, Rogue One score is great. When we were going over our favorite movies of each year, didn't I do Beetlejuice for 1988?
What did I do for 1988? I think you did.
I think I did.
I don't know what I did for 88.
But I think, Beetlejuice was mine, though.
Yeah.
What would you rate it on Letterboxd? I gave it 4 stars.
Really?
What'd you give it? What would you give it?
Like 4.5.
Okay.
I mean, I was going between 4.5 and 5. But I don't think it's. I was like, I don't think it's a perfect movie.
No, it's not a perfect movie.
It's just a really fun movie. With some great performances.
And it is a really short movie. I think it has an hour and a half.
Hour 33.
Hour 32. And that's including credits.
Yeah.
So not very much screen time, but I feel like a lot happens in that hour and a half.
No,
like everything happens pretty quick.
Fast, but it doesn't feel rushed either.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Like it doesn't really feel like there's any wasted minutes.
Yeah, and honestly, I was glad that they didn't really go too deep into our two main characters like love story in the beginning. It's like I'm glad that they didn't like surprise us with the fact that they died. It was kind of like this is immediately what happens right off the bat. Like they have probably they maybe have 10 minutes together on screen before that happens. Maybe not even that.
Yeah, I don't even think that, bro.
Yeah, maybe 5.
Well, they're getting ready for were they doing a vacation but at home?
They're doing a staycation.
So
they're doing a staycation. That lady kept coming by the house saying sell the house. This house is too big for you. I'm like, if that was like my neighbors, I'd be like, fuck off. This is my house. Go away. I told you I don't want to sell.
Not to mention it's on the hill. You got a nice view of the town.
Yeah, it's a nice house. Like, why would I want to sell it? Even if it is too big for the two of us, it's like maybe they couldn't have kids, but they still like the house. It's like, Jesus Christ, you're really pushing your boundaries here. But yeah, they were getting ready for a staycation. He was going to get a new brush for this like paint or finish that she got him for the model. And it was on their way back from the store that they swerved.
Honestly, Beetlejuice is all because of that damn dog.
Yeah.
What's that dog doing in the middle of the road, man?
I don't know, but also, why is your first instinct? Dude, if I was on a bridge that was made of wood, I'm sorry, but my first instinct is not going to be to swerve off of a bridge. Not in my instincts.
You don't know that. You've never been on a bridge with a dog.
I'd slam the brakes, I'll tell you that. But
that's true, yeah. Yeah, why didn't he slam on the brakes first? Or no, she was driving.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, it's the dog's fault.
The dog's fault.
The dog set this...
Or Barbara's fault.
The dog set this story honestly, in motion.
Kind of shocked they never addressed that. Like,
hey, Barbara, why the fuck did you swerve?
Like, Adam didn't, wake up dead and was like, Barbara, what the fuck was that?
Your first instinct is to swerve off the bridge? It wasn't a very high fall, though.
No, I think it was definitely drowning.
Oh, no,
like, maybe they couldn't get out of the car.
Yeah. I think the fact that it flipped upside down is, where all the problems came from.
Yeah.
Because if it did just fall flat, then they could have gotten out. It's hard to do shit when you're upside down. One character we haven't even mentioned or talked about, which we don't have too much, the dad.
Yeah.
Because that actor in real life.
He's in a lot of 80s movies.
He is. But he also got arrested for child pornography.
Kind of forgot about that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weirdo. Big weirdo. But he is in a lot of 80s movies.
Yeah, he is. Ferris Bueller.
What's his name? Jeffrey Jones.
Damn.
A lot of Stuart Little.
Oh, yeah.
That was another one we watched a lot as kids. And it was weird, too, because there was a scene where he was talking to Lydia, and he, like, smacks Winona Ryder's ass on the way out. And, I mean, parents do that to their kids.
Yeah.
But knowing the context of, like...
Also, didn't he...
Him in real life.
Didn't he kiss her on the lips?
I don't know.
I noted...
Did he?
Yeah, I think he kissed her on the lips, dude.
Really?
Yeah. Like, if you pay close attention, like, I thought it was a cheek kiss at first, but I was like, wait.
And again, like, that's not... Like, those things wouldn't be really weird for, like, a real life parent, but knowing the context of, honestly, what he got arrested for in real life, well, kissing on the lips, I'm not going all Tom Brady on his ass,
Yeah, like, I'm not either. Tom Brady, I think it's a little strange when they start getting into, like, teenage years, personally, but...
Yeah, I ain't kissing my kid on the lips.
Not as a teenager.
Especially in general. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a dad yet, so I wouldn't know. But as a teenager, fuck no.
Yeah, as a teenager, I think that's weird.
But no, I mean, parents slap their kids on the ass all the time.
Yeah.
But just knowing what he got arrested for, I'm like, ooh, that's weird.
Yeah. Well, we don't have much more to talk about, so what a way to end the conversation, Blake. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, we ended on a low, didn't we? I think the addition of Jenna Ortega and Willem Dafoe will work out really great.
I think so too.
I think those two.
Willem Dafoe can 100% match that zany energy.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be good. And I mean, Jenna Ortega, we've seen that she's basically, if there's a horror movie
for horror stuff lately.
If there's a horror or spooky, thing, she's definitely that girl for it. Between Wednesday, X, Scream.
Yeah.
So I think her look and like
she's like a new age Aubrey Plaza. I feel like she's kind of taking Aubrey Plaza's role in,
but a lot more
industry.
Popular and mainstream.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was kind of Aubrey Plaza's thing on Parks and Rec, where she was like the apathetic, young person who doesn't care about anything.
Yeah. Jenna Ortega's played that very well over the last few years.
Yeah.
So honestly, I kind of am more excited than I thought I would be for Beetlejuice. I mean, I think it landed at number 8 for my most anticipated movie of 2024.
I think upon rewatching the old one now, I'm like more excited.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Because that comes out a few days, right?
Next week, September 6th.
Okay.
I mean, by the time this episode's out, a few days. But September 6th it comes out, which it crept up quicker than I thought it. Than I realized.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize how soon it was coming out.
But yeah, Beetlejuice is just so rewatchable. Like, it's such an easy movie to watch. A short movie, tight 90. And just no wasted minutes. There really isn't. Oh my God, we didn't even do a Garrett's Corner for this.
All right. Well, before we go, let's do a little overrated, underrated, and properly rated.
You know, funny enough, we actually used to do this like over a year ago on TikTok.
Dude, I know.
And it's kind of crazy. I think the weirder part is that was actually over a year ago that we would do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't done that in a while.
So overrated, underrated, properly rated, Michael Keaton.
Honestly, I think Michael Keaton is underrated in the sense of I don't think people realize how iconic he is.
Maybe not people our generation.
Right.
But for the most part, I'd say he's like properly rated. I feel like people know about Michael Keaton. Bro, like that's people's Batman in their minds.
You're
like,
right.
I feel like you're forgetting that.
Not our generation.
Agree. So yeah, if we're talking our generation, I'll agree with you with the underrated.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about like everybody as like a melting pot, I would say he's properly rated.
I mean, the guy just brings iconic role after iconic role. And I think people do sleep on the range that he does have.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Catherine O'Hara.
I think she's probably rated.
Okay.
She's always been like the mother in films to a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
I
agree with that. Like, people that's like her known type of role.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people appreciate her for that.
Yeah.
How about Willem Dafoe?
I think at this point he's very properly rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like a few years ago,
I'd say he's always been properly rated.
I feel like people have always recognized his talent.
Yeah, I think Game recognized his game for Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Especially
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Once that came out, I was like, yeah, come on, man.
And that's like his most mainstream thing.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, roles like The Lighthouse.
Yeah, no, insane. Like he has other roles, but I feel like without Spider-Man though, he would be underrated because I feel like that's what really put him in the public eye, especially for people of our generation.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then once people saw that, they were like, oh, damn, he's amazing. Let's go look at other stuff.
Yeah. No, he's every role, man, every movie he's in, like no matter how much screen time he has, he just brings a presence.
Maybe with the exception of like Aquaman.
Oh my God, I forgot he's in Aquaman. Everyone forgot about Aquaman though.
Yeah.
Wait.
You're saying they killed her?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
Because of me?
Oh, yeah. Shit. That was not Willem Dafoe's best movie.
No.
I mean, it wasn't his movie.
No. Next up is Jenna Ortega.
We did do Jenna Ortega once.
I think we said overrated.
I think we did say overrated.
I'll still stick with overrated. Dude, I feel like there's people out there, they're like, Jenna Ortega, oh my God, she's so amazing, generational talent. Like, I'm like, she's good.
No, she is good. I love her.
Yeah, but I've never seen her in anything where I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? Like
not like Mia Goth or
no. Right. Like, bro, Mia Goth, when I saw her in Pearl, I was like, wow. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, because even when I gave my ranking of my top 5 actors in their 20s, a lot of the comments were like, where's Jenna Ortega?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, there's some great actors in their 20s, man.
And I'm sitting there
I didn't even have Paul Mescal on my list, bro.
Yeah, and you acknowledge you were like, damn, I messed up.
I did, because I forgot he was still in his fucking 20s.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I do love her, but I think, and I don't think she's overrated in the sense of her abilities as an actor. Mm-hmm. But it's just like maybe the pedestal that our generation kind of puts her on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was the Wednesday hype where I was just like, because everybody was talking about her from Wednesday, and I was like, dude, Wednesday's like, it's good, but it's like, it's not. Can we just relax a little bit? Just a little bit.
Isn't that crazy? I think wasn't that Netflix's most streamed like season, like just one season of television?
I have no idea.
I think it was, man.
Damn.
Even more than Stranger Things.
All right, and last but not least, Tim Burton.
I think Tim Burton's underrated.
Agreed.
Because I know a lot of people are going to comment that he's overrated.
Yeah.
But I think Tim Burton gets a little too much hate. I don't know. I think maybe it's just because I grew up as a Tim Burton kid between Beetlejuice, Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, I know he didn't direct that, but like that's his character, his story.
I feel like a lot of people just don't like his style.
Yes.
So
I think that is it.
So they hate on it and they don't appreciate it.
Oh my, I didn't even mention Batman. I mean, we grew up watching that all the time too.
No, it's like, I don't think his popularity is in question. I think it's his skill and ability that people don't like.
his style for sure.
Yeah.
Like I do love that German expressionism.
Yeah.
In all of his movies, and I mean, yeah, it's just he like creates a world that's very weird and unrealistic, but
and it's refreshing.
It is, yeah. And you know, Nightmare Before Christmas is, I think, my favorite Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yeah, you're wearing
Disney.
It's Disney. It's Disney. They created Touchstone just because they thought Nightmare Before Christmas was going to be too scary for kids.
Yeah,
but it is a fucking Disney movie.
That's why I wore this.
He's at the Disney like their park Halloween parades, the October Spooktoberfest.
I don't know
what it's called.
But I mean, yeah, that's why I wore this.
Yeah.
We're talking Tim Burton.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Sleepy Hollow. The production design was beautiful in that movie, but there were so many A-list actors that I think it just felt like a waste of having that great of a cast, in my opinion, that just didn't really get that much screen time. I wasn't like the biggest fan of Christopher Walken in that. But I would say overall, I think underrated. You know, another great movie, Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
I think that's another one. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say underrated. So now on to our last segments of the recording. We forgot to do Garrett's Corner. We usually stop in the middle.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice was just
we got caught up in Beetlejuice.
So we got Garrett's Corner, and then we got Blake's Takes.
All right. Well, this happened to me recently. Bro, it drives me crazy.
Wait, let's explain Garrett's Corner first.
Fine. Garrett's Corner. This is apparently my therapy session every time.
Yeah.
Where I get to rant about whatever has pissed me off or what pisses me off in general. Yeah. So here we go. But honestly, this is a pretty broad one, but I have a specific story behind it.
Okay.
When people are just unaware of others around them.
Okay.
Drives me nuts.
You mean like people who will play music on their phone out loud in like a store?
That's one. But in particular, what I'm thinking of, or talking on speaker in public like that.
Okay.
But this one in particular, bro. So I was just at the Springs.
Okay.
There is one shower to just like rinse off after you're done in the Springs. There is a single one. And there's a family and two people are taking a full-on, like, complete shower. They were in there for 15 minutes, and they were there before I even had walked up to the shower. Had shampoo and soap, the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
And we are clearly standing there. I just need to rinse off my fucking feet.
Yeah.
I just need to rinse my feet. And they are standing there showering the entire time, paying no mind. Like, they know I'm sitting there waiting. Don't give a fuck. Just keep doing whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, I would have felt like bad or started to rush myself.
No, a regular person with common sense would be like, oh, instead of me continuing my entire shower, I'd be like, yeah, you want to do you need to use this real quick?
Just rinse off your feet real quick. Yeah.
Hop in there real quick. Go ahead. That's what a regular person would do, but no, not these people. Oh, and after I was done with the shower and was leaving, they go back into the shower, and I thought they were completely done. I was like, Jesus Christ.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we getting ready for a fucking spa day?
I know. I was like, do you not have a shower at home? Like, what's the problem? Like, good God.
Do we need to smell like a beauty salon to get into our fucking car?
Jesus Christ, bro. Shit was driving me nuts.
Oh my God. All right. That's a good one.
Yeah. That fucking pissed me off. And that happened yesterday.
I can agree with that because like it pisses me off when people aren't aware of their surroundings.
Yeah.
For sure. It's
and another one is like, when people are walking in a hallway talking to each other and they're like lined up 4 in a row, taking up the whole hallway. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That shit happened in high school.
Funny you say that
all
too,
the
because
time.
Anytime I'm at like the theme parks or something, or even walking in a grocery store, like I'm constantly looking around them, like just trying to be aware of my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just constantly looking around and I don't even think about it. It's just something that naturally happens.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm driving my car, I'm just like constantly looking in my mirrors, which you should do.
Yeah.
But I don't think people do.
No, they don't. And like, if I'm driving my car and you know how they have like, there'll be like a single lane and this is the only lane for you to make a left turn, go straight or make a right turn.
Yeah.
But if I can see the person behind me and they have their blinker on to make that right turn.
Yeah.
And if I can inch out of their way just a little bit so they can get past me and make that right turn, I'll do it if I can.
Yep.
just shit like that.
Yeah.
And people will sit there and I'll be behind them with my blinker on and I'm like, yep, you're going to block me the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
And especially when they were in there'll be 2 lanes. There will be the straight lane.
Yep.
And then you can also go straight in this lane as well, but it's also the only right turning lane.
Yes.
But somebody from here, because they wanted to be first in line, goes out of their way to cut me off, get in this lane and wait to go straight. And now I have to wait 5 minutes for me to make my right turn.
Yep.
God, driving really is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
All right. That one took a little detour, but yeah. Be aware of your surroundings, people.
Okay.
Be aware of your surroundings. Yeah, since we're on the topic of Beetlejuice, I want to hear an official answer from you.
Okay.
For Blake's takes, what is the best movie out of the 80s?
Wow.
The singular best movie of the 80s.
Kidding me?
Yep, I want an official answer. Just like you chose La La Land as your favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
What is your official best movie of the 80s?
Okay. Best movie of the 80s. I love the 80s, man. Wow. I was set on an answer, but then I just thought about another movie.
Uh-huh.
Because there's a few. There's a few for sure.
Well, you're lucky Halloween came out in 1978.
Yes. So I'll start with some honorable mentions. I love Top Gun.
Okay.
Got to give that a mention. I love the original. I don't get why people hate it. I mean, yeah, Beetlejuice is another one. That's a personal one for me. Damn. But yeah, you got movies like Blade Runner. But it's dwindling down between 2 movies.
I think I know what 2.
And I think you could probably guess the 2.
Yeah.
So the best movie of the 80s, the 2 that I'm thinking of is either Back to the Future or The Thing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. There's also The Shining.
There is The Shining.
There's also Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
There's Return of the Jedi.
But you've always said Return of the Jedi you like more. So
I do. I do like Return of the Jedi more. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The options are
heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is coming down between Back to the Future and The Thing for me.
Uh-huh.
I hate you.
We can agree that Back to the Future is definitely the most iconic of the 80s.
Right.
But
John Carpenter.
Is it the better film?
John Carpenter is also one of my favorite directors of all time.
Uh-huh.
So that's what makes it tougher.
If you had to get rid of one and if you could only keep one and hang on to that,
dude.
Whenever I give it to you this way, you think about it better. I'm telling you, every time we come down to this question and you can't decide between 2, I'm like, if you could only have one and you could never watch the other one ever again, but you were able to hang on to that one, which one would it be?
God damn, bro. I think that makes it worse. Makes it harder. Fuck. Do. Oh, God, both have great music. Kurt Russell. Keith David.
Whose autograph I have on my copy of The Thing.
But Back to the Future just gives you such a great feeling, though.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels
It's like a great hero story.
It's just a great comfort movie.
Yeah.
And like you were talking about before too, it's like this big hero story, but on a small scale.
Very small scale.
Of just
getting back home, getting your parents back together so you'll be born.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the world's not going to end. It's just going to be a different world.
Right.
When you come back.
I hate you, bro. I don't think I can answer this question.
Well, you're going to have to.
All right. The reason why I may lean more towards Back to the Future is it's a little more nostalgic.
Yeah.
Because that was one that we grew up watching.
Uh-huh.
You know, I can't say I grew up watching The Thing because I didn't like horror movies when I was younger.
Yeah. Both have great special effects for their time, too.
Dude, really do. But I think The Thing might be like the better movie.
That's kind of how I was thinking about it. Like as a story and a concept and acting performances, like, yeah, like if we were looking at it like that, like if I were looking at this critically, I probably would go The Thing.
I might, yeah.
But, you know, Back to the Future really does just like kind of hold a very special place in a lot of people's hearts.
And it is an amazing movie. I'd probably go The Thing.
All right.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
No. God damn it. Right behind it though, Back to the Future, man. Come on, man. Let me keep it, bro.
Just had to throw that in there.
Let me keep it. I got the Back to the Future Loungefly backpack right there behind us. Or in front of us. Oh shit. But I do love The Thing. Yeah. I think now that the horror genre is my favorite genre.
Yeah.
I think that definitely gives it a little bit of the edge.
Probably.
But also, yeah, John Carpenter is one of my favorite directors of all time and my favorite horror movie director. Yeah. So shit. Both fantastic movies, man. If you haven't seen them, what are you doing?
Not living life to the fullest. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh shit. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for our revisit on Beetlejuice, Tim Burton's 1988 childhood classic for us. Fantastic movie. Honestly, I love going back and rewatching this every year. I do rewatch it every single year during the spooky season just because it's
gets you in the spooky mood.
Gets you in the mood. It's spooky light. It's not too spooky heavy.
It's like a nice movie. Like if you have, friends or family that's not big on the horror genre and you want to get in the spooky season, throw on Beetlejuice.
Throw on Beetlejuice, man. It's a fantastic movie.
It's funny and it's got just the right amount of creepy.
Yeah. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode of Duck Takes. If you made it this far, as always, thank you. Thank you for listening to this episode. And if you would like more bonus content from us, make sure to give our Patreon a follow as well. Join a tier there where we got bonus episodes, bonus content. And as always, thank you to our Patreon members who are signed up. And looking forward to Beetlejuice now.
Yeah.
Really am.
No, I'm hyped. I'm more hyped than when we started this conversation, for sure.
I agree. All right. See you next time on Duck Takes, everyone.
See you guys.